every 20 minutes. It's your statewide Alabama weathercast.
Here's your TGI Friday edition of the statewide weather forecast on the Alabama Weather Network. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray, and tracking a few clouds over southwestern Alabama. They're gradually dissipating. They're coming from some showers that developed over the northwestern part of the state early this morning, moved through west central Alabama. Those showers have since dissipated, and the clouds are falling apart as well. We'll see those on the Skycam in just a minute. Just beautiful blue skies across much of the state of Alabama on this Friday. Here's a beautiful picture from Stephen Mizell, one of our sky watchers from Hayden this morning in Blount County. We want you to be a sky watcher too. Join the army of folks, nearly 1,600 strong, that are sending in reports across the state of Alabama each and every day, including Steve Jones in Heflin. He was the coolest report I could find this morning at 58. Vic Bell not far behind at Black Creek at 59. Rick Crouch in Rimlap at 63. Joey Amberson near Birmingham at Oxmoor Valley, he checked in with 64. And down in Troy, Joshua Bowen reported 61 degrees. We appreciate each and every one of our sky watchers. And you, even if you're not a sky watcher, can send us your photographs. Over 200 of you have in the last 30 days. This is a UGC, a user-generated content image this morning from Stevie Thomas of an eerie sunrise in Atlanta with the ground fog and a beautiful sun appearing in the eastern sky early on this Friday morning. So send us your images through the app. Just take the AWN app and scroll down and send us your picture here at the network. These are low temperatures so far across the state. That 61 at Troy, very close to what the airport observed, and that was the coolest reading I could find in the state. Most everybody in Alabama between 61 and 67 degrees, a little cooler in the western, or a little warmer in the western part of the state, where we had a bit of a blanket of clouds overnight. Today is Cloud Appreciation Day, September 12th, the Cloud Appreciation Society, a very fun group. Not many clouds to appreciate today, showers scarce as well, and the hot readings will continue. Cherokee, the Skycam. This was a beautiful image earlier this morning. I captured it. I need to share it on social media because it just looked like a spider web almost of a ground fog up in northwestern Alabama. Two of our newest sky cams, a lot of fun to share. Atop the Galleria Tower, looking east there in Hoover. This is our newest sky cam. It shares a weather station with its twin sky cam that looks to the west, back into Jefferson County, northern Shelby County, back toward Bessemer. These two sky cams will be very important looking across the southern parts of the Birmingham metro area. Now, still a few clouds on the Jefferson Skycam at the Alabama Public Television Broadcasting Tower in Marengo County, which is near Demopolis, but the main cloud deck is streaming onto the south as we were showing one of the cables coming into view there. And of course, the picture along the Alabama Gulf Coast looks quite a bit different than it did on this date back in 1979 when Category 4 Hurricane Frederick was approaching. I know James has talked about it in every one of his segments. That hurricane impacted him a lot. It impacted me, and of course it impacted our Gulf Coast tremendously, leading to the rebuilding boom that we see still continuing today in Gulf Shores and really in Orange Beach and on Dauphin Island. This is the image right now along the beautiful beaches of Orange Beach on Alabama's Gulf Coast. Temperatures across the state right now, got some cooler 70s in the northeastern part of the state, Tennessee Valley, everyone else in the 80s right now. And this is what we expect over the next few hours. Just partly cloudy skies. You'll have a hard time finding any isolated showers. They'll start out probably over the western part of the state. Your radar's not going to look exactly like this, but you might find an isolated shower near the Mississippi border, perhaps around Tuscaloosa, Jefferson counties, those areas. Those showers will be less than 10-15% through the afternoon. Down into southwestern Alabama, we'll be watching those as we go through the day. If you get near one, you might get a brief downpour and some gusty winds and some lightning. So be aware of that. If you see one developing in your neighborhood, be ready to go inside. We don't expect any of them to be severe, but lightning is always dangerous whenever it occurs. So treat them with a healthy respect. They'll die out as we go into the evening hours. Temperatures will fall back through the 70s, heading toward the 60s overnight. This is what lows should look like by morning. This dry air that we're getting from the north will continue to heat and cool very efficiently, giving us a wide range in temperatures between the nighttime lows and daytime highs. And by Saturday, we'll be back generally somewhere between 87 and 92 across the state as we continue several degrees above normal. Now, football forecast for Alabama versus Wisconsin. Game time 11 o'clock in Tuscaloosa. It's going to be a warm one. Make sure that you dress appropriately, hydrate, and if you're going to be in the sun, be very, very careful. Lots of sunscreen for this big intersectional game tomorrow at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Now, Auburn about the same time will be taking on USA. The Jaguars will be at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Same precautions apply here. Lots of sunshine, warm temperatures. Be very careful if you're going to be attending the game at Pat Dye Field at Jordan-Hare Stadium tomorrow. A little bit better conditions tomorrow evening at Protective Stadium in downtown Birmingham as UAB takes on the Akron Zips. Temperatures will be falling into the 70s. Very comfortable conditions for watching football tomorrow night at Protective Stadium. Now, the modeling shows this same pattern will continue over the next 4 to 5 days. Saturday looks very dry across Alabama, plenty of blue skies, just a few clouds around. An isolated shower or two can't be ruled out. A couple of thunderstorms might develop if you're very lucky. This front tries to approach from the north, but it's going to have a hard time getting into our area. You see it sort of stalls out over the Ohio Valley. No real change in our air mass, just warmer than normal temperatures. Dry conditions will continue with only isolated showers developing each day. Those rain chances really less than 10% all the way through Monday and really into Tuesday. Now, the rainfall outlook over the next 7 days from the WPC is not very optimistic. The official forecast only for about 1/100 of an inch of rain anywhere, but a few spots are going to get a little more lucky than that and get under a cooling shower. And if they do, they could see 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain, and we'll just count our lucky stars if that happens. The drought monitor is getting bad and only going to get worse, especially over the western half of the state. We've got severe drought now in Marengo County with already moderate drought over a large part of the west central part of the state. In the tropics, we're tracking this system coming off the coast of Africa. The National Hurricane Center gives it a 40% chance of developing into a tropical cyclone, but most of the modeling carries it to the north of the islands and out over the open Atlantic, so it should be no threat to land, which is really good news. Now, your 7-day forecast looks like this for North Alabama. Warmer than normal and dry will be the things we'll be watching for over the next 7 days. Rain chances generally running about 10%. Daytime highs will be warming into the lower 90s as we head into the first part of the week. Overnight lows will be in the lower to middle 60s, and it's pretty much the same story for South Alabama. Very low rain chances and highs in the upper 80s generally over the weekend, warming into the lower 90s as we head into next week. Well, that's your weather forecast here on the Alabama Weather Network. Stay tuned for more weather information right here throughout the Friday and into the weekend.